As you saw in the thumbnail, today we'll be looking at the Hamilton Khaki Field Murph Automatic, and we'll try to answer the question, which one is best, 38mm or 42mm? I'm Francois, and it's time to watch. Today I have two Hamilton boxes, one of which contains this one. This is the Khaki Field Automatic Captain America version, but with Hamilton coming out with the 38mm of the Hamilton Murph, I thought I'd preempt my review of this one. This is my Hamilton Khaki Field Murph Automatic. It's the watch that was a faithful recreation of the watch that appeared in the movie Interstellar. So we'll talk about a few of the details from the movie. We'll go through the details of the watch itself, and then I'll conclude with my ideas of which one is better between the recent 38mm and this one. So if you like these types of reviews, don't forget to press the like button, and I encourage you to subscribe and press that notification bell. You'll be notified of all my upcoming reviews, one of which is this Captain America version. This 42mm version of the Murph watch is a recreation of the watch that was given to Murphy Cooper, by her father just before he left Earth. And there's a few details on this watch that reminds us of that, one of which is the second hand. The second hand was ticking during the movie and was giving Morse code to Murph to help solve the gravity equation. So that's why on this second hand, you have Morse code. But not just any word is indicated on this second hand. It's the word Eureka. And that's what she yelled out when she finally solved that gravity equation. The other item about this 42mm version that reminds us of the movie is the fact that it came in a Tesseract box. There was a limited run of 2,555, and as you can see, I wasn't able to put my hands on one, but why 2,555? Well, that's the other tie-in, is that on Miller's planet that they visited, they realized that there was time slippage. Therefore, 1 hour on the planet was the equivalent of 7 years on Earth, which is 2,555 days. Hamilton is known for having their watches appear in movies, and this one is just one of over 500. And in my eyes, there are two that stand out. There's this one, the Hamilton Khaki Field Murph, but also the Ventura Elvis version. They recently came out with a version that has the 80-hour power reserve. Therefore, it's a collection of automatic watches that coincided with Elvis's 80th birthday. With this new H10 movement that has 80-hour power reserve, it's easy to simply put it on your desk and spend the weekend and put it back on your wrist on Monday when you go back to work. So it's kind of a grab and go. These are the two Hamilton movie watches that stand out for me. Leave a comment to see which ones of the Hamilton movie watches stand out for you. Now that we've gone through the origins of the watch, let's go through the specs. So it has an obvious 42mm of diameter, a fairly long lug-to-lug of 52.4mm, a thickness of 11mm, and it has a lugged width of 22mm. That 22mm tapers down to 20 at the buckle, and you have here, as you can see, a signed stainless steel buckle that has the same finish as the case itself. The case is also stainless steel, and it has this combination of high polish on that fixed bezel. It has a very fine brushing on the top of the lug and on the side of the case as well. You'll notice that signed crown that has a high polish as well. That crown, in my eyes, is kind of what we call oversized because it's at 6.8 millimeters, but it has this great knurling and great grippiness to it. It's a push-pull crown that provides 100 meters of water resistance. That crown operates the H10 movement that we referred to earlier. And that H10 movement can be tailored to have a non-date version like this one and a date version like the Captain America. In this version, you don't have a ghost date, so that's why they need to tailor it and fix the movement inside so that you only have the winding position, and then when you pull it out, you hack the seconds and you can adjust the watch. The H10 movement inside is based off the ETA 2824, which typically runs at 28,800 beats per hour. But this one was brought down to 21,600 beats per hour. Therefore, it goes down from 4 hertz to 3 hertz, and that's the quote-unquote secret how it can have that 80-hour power reserve. On top, you have a sapphire crystal that's slightly domed that's covering this black dial with painted kind of patina-like markers. You have on the outskirts on the chapter ring those minute markers with the Arabic numerals every 5 minutes. You have the hour markers that also are painted on with that patina look, as well as the hands, the cathedral hands, and they're full of lume. So I'll show you a shot of the lume, and that lume is not great, I must say, and the hands shine a bit brighter and longer throughout the night. What I like about the fact that there's no date is that there's balance in this dial. You have the Hamilton logo up top, and you have that automatic and khaki field watch indication at the 6 o'clock. But not only do you have a sapphire crystal on the front, you also have one on the display caseback. That caseback has a screwed down caseback with the markings that go around on that flat edge that is brushed. You see the internals of the watch of that H10 movement. It's not necessarily the prettiest and well decorated, but it's still interesting to see that movement operate the watch. It has a nice signed balance wheel that operates that automatic movement. So as long as you have this watch on your wrist, it'll always give you time. So before we conclude this review, here it is on my 7-inch wrist. Like many of you know, I like larger watches, so I think this one fits me well. I like the fact that it's very slim, and also it'll fit under a sleeve. And that tie-in with that strap is really nice and has great contrasting stitching, but also there's really a good integration to this signed buckle. So is this watch better than the 38 millimeter version that just came out? Well, in my eyes, it is better because I like larger watches, but also it ties in better with the movie Interstellar, which the 38 millimeter doesn't have. So let me know in the comments, which one would you pick? This version or the 38 millimeter? So if you stuck around, I truly appreciate you sticking around, and if you like these types of reviews, don't hesitate, press that like button. I encourage you to subscribe and press that notification bell so you'll be notified of all my upcoming reviews. So I truly appreciate you tuning in and hope to see you next time.